Around the mountains of Virginia, much of the rock beneath the surface is limestone, which when exposed to water slowly erodes, creating great caverns beneath the surface of the mountains. I'm going to take you inside these caves, and you will learn all about them. It was called the Dixie Caves because two boys lost their dog, Dixie, down them in the year 1920 and retrieved her from them. And now, it became a commercial cave spot in 1923, and it's protected by the state of Virginia ever since it was bought by a nature-loving family in 1956. It's a popular tourist hotspot here, and there's even campgrounds around here. So please come and see these caves for yourself. As we descend deep into the darkness, our guide takes us down to the first room of the caverns, the attic room, named for how it is illuminated by a powerful green light. This chamber was previously sealed, but about 5,000 years ago, it was made open by an earthquake that shook a huge stone from place, cracking another stone and making this chamber open for entrance. Here we see flowstone, a limestone rock foundation made by waterfalls, slowly eroding the limestone away into flowing ribbons, suggesting that these caverns were once filled with water. Here we see the stalactites, which are limestone foundations growing from the ceiling, and stalagmites, which are limestone foundations reaching to the ceiling, created by rainwater seeping in and carrying dissolved minerals with it beneath the surface of the earth. Stalactites and stalagmites are what happens when those minerals accumulate over long periods of time. Not all stalactites are pointy knobs on the ceiling, though. Some of them form shapes called drapery or ribbon. We climb up the tallest flight of stairs in the cave, called Jacob's Ladder. Over 100 steps on the flight, it feels like we go from the pits of the deep to the heavens above, especially given the appearance of the next chamber, the Grand Cathedral. Filled with the mists of accumulated moisture from the outside, to enter the Grand Cathedral is to enter into a realm of beautiful fantasy. It is the largest chamber in all of the caverns. A single hole, 8 feet in diameter, leaks light from the surface into the chamber. But such was barely enough to illuminate it, so lights were installed everywhere. Before the installation of the cave's numerous electric lights, the caves were explored with kerosene torches, which came in handy when the cave was initially opened and explored for tourism. Lichen grows inside of the caves, but it's not there naturally. It has been growing there inside of the caves for the last 50 years because its spores are carried on the clothes we wear from outside. The Rimstone Pool. This beautifully reflective body of water is also fittingly called the Magic Mirror. And here is the deepest and most famous part of the caverns, the Wedding Bell. A 57-ton flowstone foundation, it has lived up to its name many times. Of course, many underestimate how small this room is compared to other chambers in the caves, and as a result, it's often quite crowded whenever a wedding takes place. The wetness of the floor is also often underestimated, making weddings all the more inconvenient here. However, this never really deters the people who uphold matrimony here. While I tried to capture the beauty of the Dixie Caverns in video, you really need to visit it and experience the majesty of these caverns yourself in the Dixie Caverns of Salem, Virginia.